Happy Sunday, July 5th, right? I wanted to do something outside today, all right? So I'm able to talk with my hands and that sort of thing, right? I'm loud Italian, right? So I'm going to be talking with my hands. I'm not trying to waste your guys' time. I brought notes, right? But today is all about that electric vehicle, right? I own an electric vehicle, electric car, but you might have a truck or whatever, right? But these electric vehicles, I started writing this out and it was going to be electric vehicles and gas vehicles, but I was like, you know what? Let me just talk about electric vehicles. And some people are a little apprehensive about getting one, right? So, um, but yeah, when you get an electric vehicle, it's a jump. It's kind of a bridge between worlds, right? You go from a gas vehicle, right, where there's gas stations on every side, every. Yeah, you don't have to scan ahead for car chargers if you know what I mean, right? Every corner has a gas station or a Starbucks or sometimes both of them, right? Or there's like this little hut, right? And they've got, the little shopping centers and stuff, right? Um, but yeah, the that electric car though, like when you get one, it's a little scary, but then over time you get better at it, right? You get better at driving it, you get better at you know what I mean? It like you have to charge it and that sort of thing, right? Um, but yeah, when you get one, it has like that whirling sound, right? You know when it's coming, you usually hear it before you see it, right? Um, but yeah, the charging stations and stuff. How you doing out there? Waiting for chat to populate. It's 9:30 in the morning. I'm talking to you. How you doing out there? How was your 4th of July? How you doing? How you doing, YouTube? You doing good? Are you doing good? You ever feel like you feel secure? Everything is like working for you, right? Right? Brain's percolating, right? You're firing on all cylinders. You feel good. You feel right, right? Well, these electric cars, right? They can make you feel good, right? And those charging stations that you go to, right? The charging stations, they are they are a little scary to kind of get to and then plug in because you're like, did I do it right? How you doing, Mando? How you doing? That's what we need. That's what we need. We need the regulars, right? I need to get over the fear of what other people may perceive me outside of my vehicle. I wanted to mix it up a little bit. I'm still in that parking lot. I'm in a parking lot, right? Where I cut these videos before, but I wanted to be outside. I wanted to get a little bit of tree coverage here, right? I didn't want to squint too much, right? But yeah, we're talking about cars, right? Motion Gang, how you doing out there? How you doing, YouTube? I brought notes, okay? We're not going to go more than 30 minutes. I'm not trying to waste your time. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, right? We're talking about electric vehicles. And do you own one? Right? I have one. Okay. My wife got one and I had to go out to work to sign papers and all that stuff, right? Um, so yeah, I've had one for a couple of years, right? And we're talking about how electric cars are like owning a puppy. All right. I'm kind of getting to that, but like when you like you're scouting ahead to try to get it, you know what I mean? You're trying to find where car chargers are, right? You're trying to find like, and it has like that different environment, right? It has that different environment um to like charge, right? To charge your vehicles and that sort of thing, right? It has like, you have like Teslas and you've got the EV Volts, right? And you got the Chevy Blazers and you got the this and then that's, right? I don't have a Tesla, but it's an electric car. Yeah, hey Dominique, it's good to see you, right? But let me tell you something, right? When you find that place, right? And like that's kind of like the GPS and stuff. It's kind of nice. It's kind of like having a team roll with you when you're in your vehicle, right? Because you got beeps, you got buzzes, you got lights that will like help you out, right? right? Like that best friend, right? You like kind of veer off to the left and it bumps you in that left butt cheek, right? And you're like, oh, right? And you gotta drive back, right? And it keeps you like in that lane, right? Sometimes they'll have that holographic thing that pops up in their dash, right? And you're like, oh man, I'm speeding, right? Or like there's a cop on the road, right? You ever play that game? You're like, what? I wonder where the police are going to be today, right? And then it's like, do you see that? Do you see the cop ahead? Is the cop still there, right? And you hit that yes, right? And it says, help, thank you for helping others. It's like I'm not really sure if it's helping others though. I mean, like is it helping others? I mean, I drive on the road like everybody's a cop. Am I right? Come on. Come on. You know? Um, but yeah, like when you charge your car, right? Right? It has like it is a feeling of elation. Like we go from the car chargers and stuff that you have to go to, but now we have a house charger on the house, right? And nothing's greater than when you charge it the night before and it's ready for you. Let me tell you something though. When you come by with your key, right? When you come by with your key, it like lights up, right? It lights up. It's happy to see you. Again, it's like a puppy. It's a puppy, right? Right? When a puppy sees you, it's like, where are we going? What are we doing? Right? Let's go. Let's go play fetch, right? And that's kind of how it is when you own an electric car, right? Everything lights up for you. You don't even have to get inside. You don't have to open up the vehicle for it to be excited to see you. It's electric, right? Pun intended. Pun intended, you two. That's funny, right? That's funny. That's funny stuff. I was going to talk to you about boring like gas vehicles and stuff too, but I'm not going to get to that, right? I'm not going to get to that. I'm not trying to waste your guys' time. 7 minutes in, and I'm going to go ahead and address chat towards the end of the video. I don't want to break your immersion. I want you to have a good time. Come along with me on this drive, this electric vehicle drive, right? Those whirling sounds that it makes. You usually hear it before you see it anyway, which makes sense for me because you usually hear my voice before you see me anyway, because I'm loud Italian. I'm loud Italian. I'm not quiet. Lower your tone. My wife's always telling me about my tone and that sort of thing, right? But yeah. So, and it's like when you like and it's kind of startling, it's kind of surprising and stuff too when you have that electric vehicle, right? And you get it charged, right? And it's like, you open it, but even before you open it, right, it kind of lights up and it's like ready to go for you, like you're gonna go take your dog out or your puppy out for a walk, right? And you're gonna go to a dog park, you're gonna go on your street corner, you're gonna, you know what I mean? But I gotta be honest with you, right? Like bring a bag. Bring a bag with you, right? It's gonna take a dump, unless it's like your own lawn. Just grab a bag, right? You know what I mean? Grab a bag and just kind of pick up the remains of your animal, right? And I wouldn't be bringing the animal into the to the grocery stores and stuff, right? You don't need to do that. If it's a service animal, yeah, right? If it's a service animal, go for it. So anyway, but this is about electric vehicles, right? This is the fun, the excitement of having an electric vehicle, of owning and operating, and the sense of humor it has. It really does. It has a sense of humor, right? It's electric for that reason, right? And when you drive one and like you charge it and all that stuff, right? Let's see. I want to make sure I got everything. Like owning, happy to see lights yeah, yeah, yeah. So, yeah, yeah, yeah. So, all right, I got that. Yeah, yeah. I wanted to make sure I got that right with that joke. With that joke, it's fun. It's fun stuff. But yeah, and thank you guys for joining me this morning. Right, 9:37 in the morning. Right. I hope you had a fantastic 4th of July. You know, um, and I hope you had a good time. So it's good to see you guys. It's good to see you out here. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for taking a chance on the channel, right? Thank you for helping me knock down the phobia of having others hear what I have to say, right? And those car charger places, right? When you roll up into a car charger place, right? Especially for like the first time, it's a little different. There's a little cultural shift there, right? Because when you look over, a lot of those vehicles are empty, right? And you're like, well, where are these people at? Are they wandering around a nearby Target, right? Are they in Walgreens picking out electric, or like car chargers and stuff? Like, where are these people at? Some of them are hanging out in their cars, right? And it's like, and it takes some time, right? You have to figure out what the fast chargers are and their slow chargers, right? And people are not really willing to, you know what I mean, like, help you out. There's no one jumping out of the car saying, hey, how can I help you, right? Those gas stations and stuff, yeah, there's an attendant there, right? Yeah, they may or may not care about what they're doing, right? And they don't have any, like, professionalism, salesmanship, or whatever. There might be some out there, but, like, most of those people, you gotta, like, find, you gotta search in those convenience stores, right? And you're like, 20 on 10, you know? But, like, when you go to an electric car charger place, it's different. It's a different culture, right? People are leaner, right? They're wearing those, like, Gucci glasses, right? And they've got the expensive jeans, and they're lean, right? They're usually tall, right? And stuff. So that's kind of how it is, right? That's how it is when you go to a car charger place. It's crazy. It's wild out there, right? And over time, you develop, like, a place that you like to go to, right? Some comfortable place, right? You don't want to go there at nighttime, right? Because then you hear two homeless people arguing in the parking lot, and that's not a good thing. That was my first introduction to a car charging place, right? I went to an area, like, near where I live, and it was like two homeless people fighting each other in the parking lot. I was like, come on, and I was like, there's that, what's that about, right? Come on, maybe I shouldn't go to a car charger place that's located where a fast food place is. Am I right? Am I right? Come on, right? So yeah, but yeah, and I wanted to touch in on this stuff, though. It's a little unusual, YouTube. It's unusual when you get to your car and it's like, do you want to do your update now? It updates. Your car has updates, like you're updating your gaming console, like you're updating your Facebook profile or something, right? There's updates, but then when you do that update, you feel like you get a little bit newer of a vehicle, right? It feels a little bit better, right? And it's interesting, right? The iPad updates, yeah, iPad updates, all of that stuff will update on you, right? It's like, you want to update now or do you want to update later, right? And I always opt in for update later. So, so yeah, right? You always want to make sure you get the plug-in, right? You pop it in, right? And you get those 350 Ws for fast chargers, so it lasts, right? It will charge within like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or whatever. And then there's a time suck that happens there. So bring a good book, right? Bring bring like your work with you, right? You know what I mean? You got a laptop, just type away or whatever, right? Yeah. So thank you guys out there for taking a chance. We're talking about how electric cars are kind of like owning a puppy, right? They're happy to see you. They light up, right? Right. Even if you're not around and you get kind of close to your vehicle, right? It will light up, and it's like ready to go, right? Where are you taking me? Where are you taking me? Right? Where are we going? Where are we going? And it's funny. It has a sense of humor to it, right? Has that sense of humor. So yeah, yeah, yeah. It all makes sense. That's exactly right, right? Because it's like, it's that moment you have when your spouse turns over to you and is like, so did you plug in the car? Did you plug in the vehicle? Did you plug in the truck? Right? And it's a little unusual to say, right? Because you can't even say, like, did you fill up, like, oh my God, my gas tank is empty, because there's no gas tank, right? There's no gas tank, right? Did you plug it in, right? And then it's a great feeling when you have that charge, though, right? And it's ready to go for you, and you got that update because it updates too. It's funny. It has a sense of humor. I like that. You know, the gas vehicles and stuff, they don't do that. They're not really happy to see you, right? Electric vehicles, it's like a surprise party. It's all for you, right? Everyone is there. Everyone is, oh, guys, thank you. Oh, thank you for showing up. Oh, this is too nice, right? Oh my goodness. Thank you, right? When you own a gas vehicle and you open up the car, no one shows up to your party. No, nobody will show up to the party. No, everyone forgot it was your party. You thought there was going to be a party for you, but there's no party, right? And you know what I mean? It's kind of like people who show up to work now and stuff, right? And like, I guess I'll be here. I guess it looks okay. I'm just here to collect my check, you know? And then they complain all day long that their shifts last forever. Come on. Come on. You know, come on. What's going on, right? And I don't know about you, the last time you kind of took a good look at people that are going to those gas stations, right? Especially those like those unusual or weird areas that you go to when you're on a family trip, right? And you're like, I don't know, right? I don't know. I'm gonna have to go to a better one, right? Yeah. So, but those car charger places, right? They've got like, you know what I mean? They're not like typically, you know, yelling at their spouse on their phone, right? They usually got like a little laptop and they're doing work, right? They're doing work. They got a pen to paper. They're hustling, right? Those electric car people out there, right? They're making it happen, right? They're making it happen. Deals are being made, right? Businesses are rising, right? They're you know what I mean? They're going places at those car charging places, but those gas stations, ah, I don't know, YouTube. I don't know about that, you know? Come on. So but yeah, it's fun, right? And those electric vehicles, it's kind of like having an empathetic partner. It's you know what I mean? It looks out for you, right? Even if you don't talk to it, even if you don't pay attention to it, it loves you anyway, right? It's gonna take care of you. Okay? It's gonna beep at you, right? If you kind of roll into the next lane on accident, right? It corrects you, right? It's gonna pop up and remind you, hey, this is a school zone. You might not want to go that fast, right? If anything, the car. I wouldn't be surprised if cars of tomorrow are like, you might have, nah. You know what I mean? Just kind of make that just emojis or something, right? You can have an emoji update to your electric car, right? You do something like that. So yeah, we're about 18 minutes in YouTube. This is fun stuff. This is fun stuff. It took me a minute to rock in and a roll, but I wanted to get outside, right? I wanted to get outside. It's a beautiful day out here in California. It's 9:45 in the morning, Pacific Standard Time, right? I hope you guys had a great holiday, okay? And I want to shout out from the very from now until earlier, Mando, thank you for showing up. Arasha, 8627, Dominique, Motion Gang, all you guys, thank you for showing up. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, right? Like, subscribe, leave a comment. And I'm thinking about doing some like other material on that so that sort of thing, right? I'm thinking about doing like you know, maybe like another walker talk. And I even thought about like minimizing or limiting my videos instead of like every day, like 9:30 to 10. Maybe I'll do one every like couple of days. What do you guys like? What do you guys want to see? Let me know in the comments. Honestly, I want to know because this is I want to keep it about you, right? A conversation with you and specifically you, right? So it's just like you and I are having a conversation, right? Let me know. I'm showing up, right? Clean shaven face, didn't cut myself this today. Feel good about that, right? Feel good, right? When nothing, you know what I mean? You don't have an argument with your shaver, right? And I do it all in the shower, right? Because I'm tired of my wife saying, "Oh, you know what? You got shaving bits in the sink, right?" And it's like, you know what I mean? And it clogs up. I don't want any of that stuff. I want to be able to handle everything in you can't buy everything in the same place, right? You got to go to multiple places to get things now, right? I want to kind of bring that back even when I'm in the shower, okay? I want to bring that back. I want to be able to handle all my business, my hygiene business in one place. Are you with me? That's hilarious, right? I go in my brother-in-law's restroom to shake. That's yeah, we all have our methods, right? We all have our methods. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And I gotta tell you, even when I'm on the car charger and stuff, if I have to go, right? Because sometimes you just like you forget or you plug in too late or something happens and you got another car. And that's kind of what I like to have about a gas vehicle. But the electric vehicle is like the commuter and stuff. At least for us. The gas one is for holidays. It's for loved ones, right? Like my we pick up my dad, my father, right? And I did a video on him. He just turned 71. So yeah, like I have all that going on. So yeah, it's good for you know what I mean? And like when we bought that vehicle, even the electric vehicle, I I sat in the back seat. I sit in the back seat. I'm not one that wants to drive. I don't like driving. I'm not a fan of it. If there's any part of me that likes to drive, it's because I have the electric car, right? I have the electric vehicle. So, you know what I mean? If you're on the fence about it, maybe consider it. Think about it, right? There's pros and cons, but it's exciting, right? It's like owning a puppy. It's happy to see you. It's loyal, right? You know what I mean? You just feed it some electricity, right? It's good. It's good. You know what I mean? It's not going to take a dump. It's not going to take a dump in the corner of your room, right? And not tell you. It's not going to do that. It's going to take care of you. All you got to do is plug it in, right? It's like a best friend. Yeah, again, man's best friend, right? Is a dog. Yeah, right? So there it is. I said it. I'm not apologizing for it either. Not. Nope. But it's good to see you guys. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, and yeah, there's just nothing. I mean, it's plug and go. You know what I mean? It takes a few hours, right? And then that's it. That's it's a wrap, right? And then you drive it and you get to where you're going and it lights up for you and it's a good feeling, right? Especially if you want that extra help, right? Because we all need that. We all need that help, right? And it doesn't judge you either. It just kind of reminds you, right? Keeps you accountable, right? So that's what it's about. And for some reason, my left foot's asleep. You ever just like stand there and one of your feet or your hands fall asleep, and you gotta like shake it back to life again? This is what happens when you get older. This is what happens, right? Feet fall asleep, hands fall asleep, neck falls asleep. You get a kink in your neck, and you know what I mean. You're walking around like this, like you need a collar on you, right? Like you broke your neck or something, right? So. But yeah, we're 23 minutes in, and yeah, and that's real quick, and I'm going to end it with this, with the behaviors that you have with electric vehicles, like charging stations versus gas stations, right? And thank you for taking a chance, right? Thank you for showing up. Thank you, right? I appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate all you guys. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, right? Sound off if you own a vehicle, electric vehicle in the chat, right? It is like owning a puppy, right? Right? Because and I would say dog, but they get older and they're not, you know what I mean? They're happy to see you, but it takes longer for them to get to the door, right? Or do things, right? Because you know what I mean? They start they need that charge, right? So, but yeah, they let's see, look like, yeah. So there's some differences and stuff, some similarities with the gas, with the electric cars charging places and the gas ones, right? They're usually found in, like, well-to-do. I don't have to clutch my purse or like hold on to my wallet, right? And you know what I mean? Like I flip it to the front, right? Gas stations and stuff. You gotta kind of like plan out where you're gonna be. And we all have our favorite gas stations, don't we? Right? We all frequent kind of the same places because we like that consistency, right? No surprises when you go to a gas station. You know what's gonna happen, right? I don't think there's been any horror movies out there that have like taken advantage of car charging places, if you know what I mean. It's more like the other the other places, right? Like the gas stations and stuff, you know. And I think when you go to remote towns and stuff like that, they don't really have the. You're lucky to get you know what I mean, ADA compliance, right? You know what I mean, in these smaller towns, right? Sometimes there's just a hardware store, you know what I mean, a bar and like you know, and a barber shop, you know, and that's you know, and that's pretty much it, right? So, um, but yeah, you know that you feel like you've made it in a way, right? When you go to when you go to a car charging place and you're like and you're doing it, right? It takes a little bit more courage. It takes you know because if you don't know what's going on, you might have to do a quick a chat GBT search or something, right? Ask Grok, right? Or yell at your Amazon Alexa and be like, what? How do I even do this? Right? But and it's kind of it's easier than you think. I mean, if I can do it, you know, a man that doesn't necessarily welcome change, if you know what I mean, right? I kind of like that consistency. But yeah, it is a good feeling when you end up going to you know, when you go to those places. You know, people are you know what I mean? They look bored, but they don't look like they're gonna like hurt you at all. You know what I mean? And a lot of times they have better, nicer things anyway. So, you know what I mean? It's all you and your and you know what I mean, your head and your mindset. So, right. Um, but yeah, and I don't know. It's just wild out there, you know. The electric cars. That it's you know, it's something else, right? 225 miles on a charge, 80%, right? You don't get that quite like it's not empty to full, right? Because it's electric. It's more like, you know, batteries blinking on like 5%, right? Like my car, like you wanna have a survival, a thriller on your hands. Don't like you do a round trip and you don't really like pay attention to how much charge you have. Oh my goodness, you're white knuckling the whole thing, the whole trip, right? Everything tightens up. Your butthole tightens up, right? Your hands, you're gripping onto the steering wheel, you're shaking, right? He's like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I don't know if I'm gonna make it, right? Because it has a little turtle icon on you, and then like unnecessary like electric areas that are like light lit up in the car, they like turn off on you, and it only isolates to the areas that are needed the most, like a body shutting down on you, right? And then let me tell you, the feeling of elation, the wash over you with the relief when you finally roll up and it's like 1 to 2%. Never mind riding on on the empty with the gas tank. No, that's not the survival horror, right? Survival horror is going from like 10, 15%, and you're way miles out and you don't know if you're going to get home to charge it. Okay? So, something to think about. But yeah, that's about it. I'm going to wrap it up there. I'm going to read out chat. Thank you guys for showing up. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. And it's good seeing you guys. Live 20 now. I think you're new. 100 drove from Vegas to Universal Studios, Cali. Luckily, the car plot trips and tells where to go and stop and charge. Yeah, yeah. It's like having a best friend, you know. You might not put a lot into it, but it puts some stuff into you, right? Thank you, Mando. Thank you again, Lib. Thank you, Arash. Thank you, Dominique. Motion. You guys are awesome. Thank you for taking a chance. If you double, single, or however you clicked on my video, right? This is coming at you, right? And you enjoying this stuff, you can enjoy the other stuff that I have, other videos and stuff, right? Sometimes my voice is funnier than you were actually watching me. So, you know, I'm if you guys like this type of setting, right? I can do this, right? Right? Hearts in the chat below, funny faces in the chat below. This is great stuff. This is good therapy. I always get butterflies before I start doing this thing, but it's helping me get better, right? It's helping me get better. So hopefully this brought you some joy, some levity, right? Some relief, in excruciating times in which we live in the 21st century, right? I poke fun at the absurdities of life. You know, this is kind of my stage, the world, right? And I'm an actor, and I wanted to make sure that I rewarded you with my performance. So hopefully I landed on that, and I appreciate you, and you heard me, right? Because it would be my luck if I delivered this beautiful speech and no one could hear me. I didn't have any technical difficulties, so I'm good, right? But again, thank you. And like, subscribe, leave a comment, pass this on to others if you love it. We're growing. And Tuesday, I'm going to be going over metrics, and we're looking good, right? Watch time is up, watch hours are up, views are up, subscriptions are up. Thank you. Comments, right? The regulars, it's awesome. Thank you so much, right? And I got people that are showing up to work, so it's time for me to roll out, if you know what I mean. All right. Um, but yeah, like, subscribe, leave a comment, and as always, this isn't goodbye to you. It's see you later. Because goodbye is something you say to someone that you don't want to see again. So to you, chat, YouTube, see you later.